to the God, Brother Prime. This is Son Never speaking, brother. Yo, my man, I listened to all your CDs and I watched some of your DVDs. Beautiful work, brother. I had to give you a call to tell you, especially the music, man, excellent. That's hip-hop, what you dropping. And yeah, man, it's beautiful. I downloaded that joint, playing that joint in the car, and it's on now. It's on now, brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely proud of the work that y'all doing, and y'all doing it good out there. Keep on doing that work, brother.
When I speak, you can't talk unless spoken to. Most sound like records, broken to with no facts. Trust me, I'm not quoting you. Melanin beings do what they not supposed to, going against the biological makeup. Instead of shooting sun rays, guns they take up to go against tanks and carriers of aircraft. When I use air, the beast says no witchcraft. When I use fire, speak truth and shut up a liar. If I use earth, I'm calling on fam from the hollow core. When I use water, flow like a tsunami on y'all. Martin Luther told y'all non-violence. He was a warlock, Rosicrucian, candle magic and silence. Been on this continent, living in minus degrees and temp in the plus is where my mind is. Open up your mind, iris. I said it's ISIS. Her son Heru is who the Christ is. Light of the world, watch me enlighten a nerd. In your stomach like the center, I frighten your turds. Give you the runs, heighten your blurs, the tones and words. Caucus skyscrapers are killing the birds. I'm giving you nerves and mark goosebumps, tingle your spine. You're listening to Iron Sheik and thinking it's prime. The absolute oils got me not stinking a dime. Can't check enough Pete's house, man, it's stinking a swine. Many sell out for a deal and sign with ink on the line. Incarcerating your speech for fiat, cars and yachts. Drinking devil's liquids, Henny and yacht. Rappers turn convicts, goddess turn bomb chicks. Niggas yelling fuck the police is nonsense. They got guns by the box and run your streets. Widow your so-called whore after they clap at your fro. Parole north, when caught, the gat didn't blow. I heard stories about men putting cock in a bro in the showers, or get guards to leave the watchtowers while the gang rape you in a bed of dead flowers. Thousands of brothers, they wore those briefs. Can't think how much semen is on those sheets. Most need to go in strong, not weak. Like my babe brothers, LeBron and Shakur Malik. It's not cool living in the jail cell. Rappers and MCs are liars and the truth they don't tell. Agents using examples of Larry Davis to have youth shooting out with pigs from the basement to get caught and then become a killer replacement. Cops crooked like the eyebrow, plus they lie too. Seeing is believing, believing is fake. They say fuck fruition and have blind faith. They take your collection, won't give it to God. They take your perception and they give it to fraud. Seeing is believing, believing is fake. They say fuck fruition and have blind faith. They take your collection, won't give it to God. They take your perception and they give it to fog. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. When we start the revolution, all they probably do is squeal. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. When we start the revolution, all they probably do is squeal. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. When the truth gets revealed, all they probably do is squeal. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. On the real, on the real. When I uplift the fallen humans from the ashes, the phoenix will rise and live on after it clashes. Fezzes and head wraps, costume bar sashes. Atlantis and Pangea was us ruling the atlas. The mundane, some god and numb brain. True that is reincarnate, some self-proclaimed. Taking the lessons from Quran questions. Bible as my rolling pad, holy book circle 7. Forerunner Marcus Garvey coming in the whirlwind. Moorish Boba Muftis in the black turban. Pioneer exposed as the triple crown glows. Every negus has the negus as his throne. The temple as the body. Truth as my shoddy, with no bulge, I'm still armed without the robbery. Master arts martial, and they marshal the law. Peace offers abuse authority, fracture your jaw. Clapping at y'all at bachelor parties, not knowing whether it's controlled by HAARP. Stopping the tapping of UH frequency, sent to the higher self from Sirius B, or maybe Sirius A. The reverse is serious internet radio play. Like square shreddies are now diamond and new. Misleading, they charge a bill 50 for a shoe. It takes $5 to make. They load trucks with bins. Same goes for cars, construction Tims. So clean, no scuffs. Revolution chumps, reclining in the armchair, speechless like mumps. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. When we start the revolution, all they probably squeal. Change is coming. I'm watching hybrids running for shade, cause Earth's hot, not like a preheat oven. Raid the stores for UV protection. If AIDS can go through the condoms, who you protecting? Neglecting the truth and lie accepting. Not in for a person, reparations expecting. Planes going down, but you're not ejecting. Too busy tossing with the spinning rims and white feeders flexing. Fronts are fake elements, that's not real gold. Running from police with guns is not too bold, cause you got a gun but won't shoot back, son, or shoot first and earn your way off earth. Suicide is a sin and sin is ignorance. Not thinking criddle makes you ignorant. Missing the message. Ego filling your brain with nonsensical thoughts just to drive you insane. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. When we start the revolution, all they probably do is squeal. Our leaders labeled black, they were assigned to us. As ancients, we flew, we didn't have to ride the bus or drink at their fountain. We didn't even need our own. The gun is a penis and every man is holding a chrome. Thinking it's tough, but when you shoot, you bust. Like vixens holding you in with the camel hoof clutch. Smoking a Dutch, but taught much against the master. Sellouts would pay karmic debt in the life after. Don't believe me, seek the truth. I hear Hail Hitler when I play back these hip-hop loops. That rap hip-hop, Nas said it's dead. Same gun he raps about, shot Jay in the head. Cripple a team. These ball players, they cripple a dream. Count the asses that they slap but won't get a bad rap. And rap sheets are written by them. It's police, not following Moors, but niggas booming in their Jeeps. Europeans on the bus, they acting like niggas. Straight off the plantation, looking like J Hill figure. From the foreigner, you'll never get compensated. This armor you man saying you strapped, you been miseducated. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. When we start the revolution, all they probably do is squeal. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. When we start the revolution, all they probably do is squeal. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. When the truth gets revealed, all they probably do is squeal. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. On the real, on the real.
You sat down and you attacked the master teacher because you thought you heard something that you didn't hear. That's the first violation. You don't come in. First of all, you come in and you act like you come in peace, but you don't. You got an agenda.
Moors are men upright, independent and fearless. Dogmatized dirty Moors, tongues cut out left earless. Cause they never listen. Dirty Moors, keep up your slander. Wu-Tang torture in your ass, hot hangers. Kidnappers, dirty Moor, torture him like Saw. 3D, 0.5 or 1 through 4. Or get it like 5 or 6 with a fez on jigsaw. Leather face in a turban, rip dirty Moors lips off. Disrespecting the mother Raz Mariah Bay. Wrap him up like double crochet, the barbed wire way. Throw him off a bridge or feed him to the piranhas. Yellow journalists Moors spread nothing but propaganda. Idi Amin Bey, treat the temple like Uganda. Dirty Moors like foreigners, crush the dust like ganja. Not worthy of being Moors, we call them dirty Nehesus. Solomon Seal spell command 72 demons to get you.
This is what the temple guys actually said. That Canaan land is not a part of North America. Canaan land is bigger. Yo, it's ignorance, man. I mean, come on, you're talking about the same landmass. Canaan land is actually bigger than the landmass they know as the corporate United States. Almost twice as big. And if they had any sense, They can just go to Google and they can type in North America and find out North America goes all the way up to Greenland. But they ignorant. They don't want to do that. They just dealing off emotion.
You might hear hoarse voices, see frog faces and hoots for feet. Demons we run with, spit fire with gold wolf teeth. Keep playing, forget backseats, new mores are an issue. Get Ginsu, maybe a dream visit from Vishnu, a nightmare to never end and always continue. Call as an igloo, dealing with my trust issues through vigilance. Active mores are militants, SPLC dirty mores, call that sovereign citizen. Lions for views, they notice all the empty pews. Benz need gas and fixing, but not enough dues. Pigpen Bays sell you out for peanuts, claiming that we nuts for teaching birthright street level, keeping it beat nuts.
To any members of the MSTA that's out there listening to what I'm saying, please get it through your head. I don't have a problem with the MSTA. I got issues with
Keep it Kendrick Lamar, stay surrounded by feathers. Dirty's guilty of fraud if Drew Ali scrutinized their ledgers. Getting proclamations from Morocco, disrespect us. Corporate city only recognize people's court jesters. Hand in their back, Moorish puppets and minions. Never get the human rights recognition like Moors near Virginia. Commonwealth, for active Moors knowledge the Commonwealth. Dirties claim more, but really on the straw man help. Authenticating a birth certificate, that's not significant. Civil little more two status syndicates. In more face, watch them two more status Indians claiming Turtle Island are lying so intricate.
long days and long nights. But this message needed to be heard.
Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible. Yo, bringing forth light through the dark. That's the first thing that Drew Ali taught. You're a divine being, can't be sold, nor be bought. Like a stock, all caps, like a corporation. You're a star off the charts from the constellations. This is serious, B. We gotta save a nation. No procrastination. Pick up the GS and Tariku teachers. Knowledge itself, not paperwork, gon' free us. Rotten never, I'm in the real metal, little purist. And a email bait, one of the truest to ever do this. Middle finger to you conscious fucks that turned Judas. Criminal minded, took a lifetime to cure this. The lies of my eye, that's what the wisdom of the womb is. The wisdom of the womb is what the ultimate truth is. Horus watching your actions, don't care who knew this. My nectar is peace, Islam like a Buddhist.
10 laws, 5 principles to eliminate the flaws, align the individual. This is effect of the cause, complex but so simple. Take a pause, take in the instrumental. Things coincide, nothing coincidental. No mistakes, nothing accidental. Occupy the space, we call it the temple. Open up the safe, give them what's essential. If they violate, fingernails and the dentals ain't leaving no trace. Elements are fundamentals. Apply the law of attraction. What you do has an opposite or equal reaction. The end set, plans ain't shit without actions.
10 laws of 5 principles. These articles, really I'm standing. Laws can't shrivel, immutable, and all constitutional by law. These laws of 5 principles, 10 articles, enforceable, this official, so official, and all constitutional by law. Single prints, my seal be my thumb fingerprint. Red ink stamp, shut down the Big Bang. 10 plus 7 articles, that's it, man. A dumb don't get it, the sun gon' set, gon' be a big bang. I'm more beautiful, that's a good thing. God has a trust, y'all wanna buck? Call for some red shoes, y'all wanna bless fool with a hood wing. Make the skin cherry leather, trying to be something you can never. Black's dead necro, I'm a full of life spectrum. Whistleblower, a lot of prana, that before the signer. You're not a man, you a iguana. Who said we're not in Africa? Look up, guns Zwana. But don't wanna cuss, let them go on ya. Learn your unalienables. Tell you more, but it's unbelievable. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible.
Principles get your conduct straight, crocodile back. Divine law violators won't give a smile back, much less a nod. When I hail up, they screw face up. So deaf like Harvey has their two faces up. Trust less, cause trust more is left for worthy. No principles but justice, Furthermore, that's dirty. Planes correspond from matter to energy. Swimming in the sub-realm for mental and spirit affinity. Vibrate and cause light and heat magneticity. From the lower mind to the higher mind, breast simplicity. The rules, the capacity for pain and pleasure is so balanced. You can cause an imbalance. Never, you're taking chances on rappers. I'm moving law and order. Outside and independent of all is chaos, disorder. Cause the root of everything that happens or doesn't. Deny an effect means the law is repugnant. Elevation stunted, even drunk or blunted. Will have you misdirected by the false pundits. Trying to hit a grand slam when you should have bunted. Spiritual abundance keeps demons dungeon.
That spooky shit's not mystical. The boogeyman you fear is invisible. The cookie that you smoke's not original. The pussy set this stroke in is minuscule. The God in the flesh, indivisible for now. That's why it's called individual. Can't divide the two and disguise a criminal. Y'all about, but I'm cynical. Invincible among bare minimals. Maximizing 10 laws, 5 principles. That's the guy that comes with no shittable, no fucks. Facts around facts, centrifugal. Mass reach a critical. Peeling the pineal back, reach the pinnacle. Sealing the deal with no ceiling, no flow. While I ridicule the charming snakes that limit you and christen you.
We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible.
Happy Holy Day to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to all the Moors. Peace and love to all. Be careful, Moors. That's your own wearing turbans and fezzes. That's going to put you right back into slavery. Put you right back into slavery. How somebody from 2000s or whatever gonna be Noble Drew Ali's trustee? How they do that? How they the trustee of somebody who transitioned 100 years ago? How they a trustee of somebody who brought you everything it takes to save a nation and told you take it and save yourself? How they the trustee? How is somebody the trustee when you go check them out and they got little pictures with Europeans on their wall, no Noble Drew Ali? Who's that European that these people are repping for? Why are they repping? They got European on the wall talking about they're the trustee of Noble Drew Ali. Definitely know that's not Noble Drew Ali on their wall. Underneath the Circle 7. How is it that these trustees of Noble Drew Ali, how come these trustees of Noble Drew Ali are going to be lying to you, tell you that Noble Drew Ali founded the rise of the Moors. And it's real interesting that Rise of the Moors on the wall, posing and all that stuff, when Rise of the Moors founders locked up right now and they haven't said a word about it. They haven't said a word. All of a sudden they're Rise of the Moors. How these people become Rise of the Moors when the founder of Rise of the Moors is locked up right now? Oh yeah, because they're hijacking the energy of Rise of the Moors because they know what impact Rise of the Moors has had on Moors. Positive impact, mind you. So because these Moors aren't here to talk, here they go. Now they're Rise of the Moors. And they're going around telling people that Noble Drew Ali founded that. Noble Drew Ali brought the rise of the Moors. There was Moors before Noble Drew Ali. What the hell are you talking about? If there were Moors before Noble Drew Ali saying that they're not Negroes and all that stuff, then how's Noble Drew Ali the founder of Rise of the Moors? He can't be, can he? If Moors have been rising before Noble Drew Ali. If Moors have been rising before Noble Drew Ali, then how are these Johnny-come-lately people? How are these Johnny-come-lately people claiming to be trustee of Noble Drew Ali? They're claiming to be Rise of the Moors. They're claiming to be Grand Sheik of whatever. They're not even showing you a charter or whatever like that, but they're a Grand Sheik of something. They paint the wall in their room and then talk about that's the temple. You people are playing games. And the only reason they're playing games is because this is the pattern. The pattern has been Nationality Proclamation, 100 notes. U.S. Treasury Status Correction, 100 notes. Trust and Estate Plan, 100 notes. What do you mean U.S. Treasury Status Correction? What the hell is that? What's a U.S. Treasury Status Correction? A U.S. Treasury Status Correction? When they start telling you finance for stuff that Noble Drew Ali said that's free, know that Noble Drew Ali also told you anyone that starts charging you for stuff and they're charging you more than Noble Drew Ali charge you, those aren't Moors, they're robbers. And the robbers have been running amok. Like we said, we just talked to a sister last week that these Moors wanted $3,500 from her. And because she couldn't pay $3,500, they put her on a payment plan of $1,000 a month. These are Moors. These are Moors that's talking about there's a Moorish holy temple and all that. What's holy about the only thing left holy is your pockets, so you're dealing with these people. The only thing holy you're going to have. Because these people got their hands in your pockets, cutting the bottom out. And taking all your finance. Why? Because you don't want to go study. It's real simple. Just go study. Why don't you just go study? Why do you need to rely on people to save you when Drew Ali brought you everything it takes to save a nation till you save yourself with it? Shouldn't you just go save yourself? But these are the people right here. Because they were talking crazy about, well, we're going to show you what justice is and we're going to put lawsuits on people, defamation of character and all that stuff. Please. You never sue one of these Europeans for murdering our people, but you're going to sue Joel for calling you out as a traitor? That's what you're going to do? That's really what you're going to do. Okay. Since it's, they don't like showing their picture. Using my picture without my permission. How about we go to your video? How about we go to your video that you have on YouTube that's public for everybody? And then we're going to go on your video and watch you with this sister who, when I went to her, said, hey, how can I get on your show or whatever like that? I see you have a platform. You had Kush Day on there. How can we get on there? Oh yeah, just give me some finance so you get on there. Give me some finance? Who are you? Am I giving you finance to go on your platform? So you got what? You got 30,000 people on your stuff? You got 30,000 Negroes on your platform that they don't care about nationality and all that stuff. They're not leaving their dead status to go be Moors after Moors go on there. But you can give her some finance and she'll let you go on there. So you could talk your BS. So let's hear the BS that they're talking about relative to, Moorish information. Share this BS.
Okay, so the topic today and the step that we are on is name correction. So just starting off, what is a name?
Okay, just starting off, you want to talk about what is a name? Well, you're getting into a very particular thing in legalese. So a name is something that deals with corporations, estates, and persons. To understand what a name is, you have to look at the term straw man. The term straw man will define what we dealing with, what we call a name. If you go to Black's Law Dictionary, we'll look into what a straw man is. Right out of Black's Law Dictionary is when you want to go 4th, 5th edition. I use 6th edition too. See?
Yes, I do see.
Now, anybody telling you above 4th edition to go get that dictionary, they're playing you. Because you shouldn't be getting past 4th. Because after 4th, stuff is watered down. After 4th, certain things you're not getting access to. Why don't they want you to have access? Because then they look like the smart guy because they have 4th in the back. Because remember, he said he used 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. We use 6th edition too. What are you using 6th edition for? For what? What are you going to 6th edition for? Why are they going all the way to 6th edition? Right? And like Moore said in the chat, not only that, if they're talking about name, why are they looking up straw man? Why don't they just look up name? Why don't they look up name? Why are they going to talk off the cuff? Why are they going to talk off the top? Why are they going to freestyle? What is name? Well, you're going to look up straw man in 5th edition. You should look up in 4th edition, but we're going to look it up in 5th edition. So why you mention 4th edition if you're not going to look it up in that? So let's do you a favor and let's just look up name in 4th edition. Just so you can get the fullness of it, not partial. Because all of these Moors are the partial Moors. Right? So part of what he said is right. Name, the designation of an individual, person, firm, or corporation. He stopped there. Let's go further. A person's name consists of one or more Christian or given names and one surname or family name. So if his name's Antoine. Does that sound like Asiatic name to you? Is that Asiatic? Antoine Asiatic. Yeah? No? Maybe? We definitely know Antoine. This is how deep it is. Antoine. Before my mom got married, her name was Antoine, spelled the same way. It's Antoine. Antoine. You go research Antoine, found out that's French name. So why is this more telling people? Why is this more telling people that a name has to do with an individual person or a corporation, but then he has a French name trying to tell you about what name is? How does that work? That doesn't seem too logical, does it? That doesn't really register with people that fact check these so-called grand whoever's and whatever else that they're presenting. How you fact check them? First thing that you do is you look them up. You pull them up and see what pops up when you pull them up. So he went on there and talked about, oh yeah, you know, I'm a student of Moorish Science Temple of America, and I'm a student of Academy of Providence. Academy of Providence is your student of that? Okay, look, so we pull them up. Let's just see what they're about right here. Let's just see what they're saying.
Are you a deep diver for knowledge? Do you like to explore historical content of language, grammar, and law? Well, Academy of Providence is a unique certificate-based virtual learning institution with an aim to draw out a person's innate talents and abilities by imparting the knowledge of languages, epistemology, scientific reasoning, jurisprudence, positive law, history, literature, rhetoric, and more. The channels through which those abilities would flourish and serve the communities as well as the nation. Our goal is to help you dive deep into critical analysis, thinking and reasoning of these areas towards becoming philosophers or humanity of learning or humanity of science, which creates society's great artists, painters, musicians, jurists, doctors, astronomers, biologists, engineers, cartographers, surveyors, photographers, chemists, herbalists, entrepreneurs, computer scientists, teachers, politicians, and statesmen. So, if you are determined and willing to go beyond, Academy of Providence is the perfect place for you. For more information, visit our website, www.academyofprovidence.org. Are you a deep diver for knowledge?
When you visit the website and we go to the little portfolio right here, there's a lot of Europeans on here. There's a lot of Europeans on here. Now, is this a European school? Oh, sorry. Is this a Christian school or is this a Moorish school? I see a lot of Christians on here. Now, I don't know, but I find it kind of interesting that when you go to the contact page, their address is 602 Vandever Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware. So hold on a second. So if they're so Moorish Consulate has the address 602 Vander or whatever. House of Ram has a 602 Vander or whatever. the church, the pastor lady, that is 602 Vander or whatever, and then Academy of Providence, they have the same mailing location? They got a mailing location, same place as all these other people who are a fraud? That doesn't ring a bell? Doesn't make your spidey senses start going off? So if these are the stock photos from the website, just there, right? No different than when we went to the Morehouse lawyers people. We go on their website and then they're selling you cactuses and shoes and watches and stuff like that. So if they haven't even updated their site with information, pictures, whatever, relative to who they are, wouldn't that mean that they're a fraud? Because why would you set up a site and just have the shell there, but you got an address, you change that, you got a number, you change that, you got an email, you change that, you got all this other stuff on there, and then how are they talking about their Academy of Providence or whatever like that, and they're not telling you about the online university, rvbaypublications.com, been around forever? Why don't I just send you there to go learn? Why they gotta make up some fake academy? And remember, this whole thing of jacking the energy, because you already know the Providence is Rhode Island, Rise of the Moors, and then they're locked up, and then all of a sudden there's Academy of Providence and all this stuff. I thought Providence was Rise of the Moors and all that. Oh, because they're not around, and this is how they're getting away with all their BS. Being who they're not. And Drew Ali told them, be yourself. They don't want to be themselves. They want to be somebody else. So you have Grand Sheik with a Christian name that's French, right? So the Grand Sheik, the Christian name that's French, that's a trustee of Noble Drew Ali telling you, correct your status. And then his stuff is French. This is absolute callous disrespect. Because everybody is trying to play games with you. They're not serious. They're all playing games with you.
Sometimes I use 6th edition, but I like the 5th edition best.
We like the Black Law Dictionary. I definitely need to get one.
Oh yeah, get you one. That's a part of the mentorship. Definitely get you one so you can keep up. You can do your homework.
How are you going to be mentor without a Black Law Dictionary? I do have the PDF, but I need the physical copy. Sorry.
Indeed. It's okay. You just started. It's okay. I'm going to let you pass right now. This Black Law is definitely important. I'm gonna let you know why this Black Law is important too. Just off the cover of the Black Law, if you can see this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it says definitions of the terms and phrases of American and English jurisprudence, ancient and modern. If you see that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This deals with American law, jurisprudence, which is the science of law, ancient and modern. So this is not European terms. This is our Moorish terms, which comes from Moorish Latin, which the basis of all legalese is Moorish Latin. And we are relearning and reawakening our minds to concepts that we actually initiated and instituted. So straw man or a party is a front or a person who was put up in name only to take part in a deal. So a straw man lives on paper only. It's a name tied to their birth certificate, and it was only to take part of a deal. So a straw man is in the form of a corporation. It's like a shield or a mask you put on. So that's what a name would be. It would be like a mask or a shield. It's a corporation.
So if a name's a corporation and his name's Antoine, then what's he telling you? Why is he wearing a mask? If a name, oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. It makes sense. Because when we were watching the little intro video, you saw the people wearing the mask, right? Because there's COVID out there and stuff like that, and people wearing the mask, right? In their little intro video. And then a straw man is a mask. And then this individual's calling themselves Antoine, which that's not his name because he doesn't look French. He doesn't look Christian. He looks like an Asiatic Moor. So if he's a Moor, why does he have a French mask on? Why don't you just be himself? Oh, because if these people be their self, you realize that they're a fraud. This is some 1 and 1 equals 2. We're not talking trigonometry and calculus and all that stuff. We're talking basic. Basic. How is somebody that is still in the status of a Christian telling you about being more and proclaiming your nationality and that they're trustee of Noble Drew Ali? Be careful, Moors, because your own wearing turbans and fezzes and headbands with 5-point stars on them and all that stuff, going to sell you right back into slavery. Going to sell you right back into slavery. Right? You see people with tattoos on their face, they're going to sell you right back into slavery. Talking about Moorish something. Moorish what? You know, these tat-faced people try to convince you of your nationality and your birthrights. They just got out the joint 2 weeks ago. They're trying to convince you of something. Go study. We already told you, go to rvbaypublications.com and go study. We already told you, we already gave you the 30 classes. Back to basics on Canaanland Moors YouTube. Go watch those. Take notes. Go study. We already gave you all the Moorish books that you need. rvbaypublications.com, khalifamedia.com. Go study. Get off the damn this stuff with these people who don't know what they're talking about and go study so you can know what you're talking about. As soon as they say don't go to RV Bay, know that they're a fraud. As soon as they say that. As soon as they say anything about RV Bay Publications, that's a publications company. They don't know anything about anything. As soon as they start talking about that, know that they're a fraud. Go there and study. No one, I don't care if they're dirty Moors, I don't care if they're traitors, I don't care if they're sellouts, I don't care if they're turncoats. They should still be telling you go to rvbaypublications.com. Anybody have an issue with that website being the website for Moors to go to learn, they're going to play you. They're about to go in your pockets. They're about to take your little finance that you got, that you already know you don't got that finance. and they're going to play you. This is not assumption. We're telling you that they're going to play you. We're telling you that they're going to play you. Right?
Court is dead. So dealing with that versus having the title. Now, we being people who come from nations with nationalities, we have national titles, free national names. Even back, if you just look at like some so-called Native American tribes, you'll see they really didn't go by names like John or Sam. They really went by like things like Blackfoot or these type of things. These was titles that had.
Hold on. So they went by names by Blackfoot. Isn't Black? That's not Aboriginal Indigenous. That's not Aboriginal Indigenous. What Blackfoot? What Blackfoot is Aboriginal Indigenous? What Chief Skywalker is Aboriginal Indigenous? That's a lie, because they're not the Aboriginal Indigenous people. You are. The people misclassified as Negro, Black, Colored are the Aboriginal and Indigenous. Anybody else is a foreigner here. Everybody else is a foreigner here. The only peoples this land is the melanated, the high concentration of melanin people. North, South, Central America, and adjoining islands. Those are the Aboriginal and Indigenous people of the Western Hemisphere. Everyone else here is a foreigner. The reason why people calling them Aboriginal, Indigenous, and all that stuff, because our people want to be Negro, Black, Colored. And not only do they want to be Negro, Black, Colored, but they also want to disregard everything that Noble Drew Ali brought, because they're listening to goofballs like this and tat face people and all that, talking about they know what the Prophet brought, but they're calling Canaanland Canada. They know what the Prophet brought, but they're not respecting the fact that Noble Drew Ali said that there's going to be temples out here. And there was nothing happening until we started doing our research and brought a temple here. Before that, there was nothing here. Right? Before that, there was nothing here. Moorish. Zero. I don't care if they're a traitor. I don't care if they're a dirty Moor. I don't care if they're a sellout. I don't care if they're a turncoat. They should be saying Canaanland when they reference above Mexico. They should be saying Morocco when they mention above Mexico. They shouldn't be talking about U.S. still. They shouldn't be talking about Canada if they're proclaimed Moors. And if they are talking about Canada and they're a proclaimed Moor, they're a fraud. Because there's no way that you're going to be calling this land Canada and United States still if you got turban and fez and nationality card. The fact that they do should let you know that they're a traitor. It's that simple. Right? Again, once again, South America, North America, Central America, and the adjoining islands is the Moroccan Empire. Trinidad is a fiction. Tobago is a fiction. That's not the name of those places. As soon as they start using these colonial names, know that their job is to keep you under colonization. And again, if they start talking, if they start mentioning the adjoining islands, if they start mentioning anything on this side of the hemisphere, If they mention anything over here, they should be calling it Morocco. And then all the quote-unquote countries are states of Morocco. Asiatic states. Asiatic states. Know that you have to know. You have to know. Can't be relying on some people said. Although I was watching those guys and they said, no, they didn't. Go study. And be in harmony with what they said. Don't go with what they said. You go study and see if what they said is real. And then if it's real, okay, now we could start talking. How much times we have to tell people that it's Khalib and Alu Bayera? That's what the Arawaks, the Pygmies, that's what them people said that it was. Why? Because it's a documented fact. It's a documented fact that all those islands are Atlantis. It's a documented fact that Aboriginal and indigenous dark-skinned people used to travel back and forth, up and down, without any interference, without any borders, without any these fiction names that they have over here. They were free to exercise their rights on their land. And then here come the colonists, and then now you have Moors now, right? Now you have Moors. They're free national, but they call themselves sincere. Let's just look. Let's just check. Let's just check. Let's do Etiman. Sincere. Right? Unmixed. From French. Another Frenchie. Another Frenchie. You have Antoine the Frenchie trying to tell you about Moors. Now you have Sincere the Frenchie trying to tell you about Moors. And then they're going to tell you, that's not my name. My free national name is Abdul Hassan Bey. No, why don't you just call your Instagram that? Why are you hiding behind some fiction? Why are you hiding behind some French name? Why are you doing that? Why? No reason. You just playing with people. Oh, it's the internet. Oh yeah, it's the internet. Yeah. That's why you're supposed to go study, because this is what you're gonna get on the internet. These people. These people who could do what they want. We could do whatever we want. We don't have to listen to what Kudro's saying, because we're free to do whatever we want. All right. You do whatever you want, all you want. You can do whatever you want, all you want. But when you start doing and acting crazy, don't get mad when people call you out. Like, don't get mad when people start calling you out. Right? Just like they told you. Right? What did they tell you? This is him right here, right? Sincere. Noble Ali said we're part and partial. Partial does not mean part. Then you go to the definition of partial: relating to or constituting a part. How does partial not mean part, but when you look up partial, part's in there? Isn't it known that Noble Drew Ali say he brought you everything it takes to save a nation? So if he brought everything it takes to save a nation, why are these Moors telling you that you're partial, which means not complete? which means not entire. If Drew Ali said he brought you everything, that means entire, doesn't it? Doesn't that mean that? And like we said, if Noble Drew Ali is a universal prophet, then why would he bring you partial? If partial means not entire or universal. So Noble Drew Ali is a universal prophet, but he's going to talk in terms that are not universal. These people are sellouts and traitors. They're sellouts and traitors. They're sellouts and traitors. And what they're doing is violating. What they're doing is violating. And the more said, let's look up parcel. All right? Parcel. To divide an estate. So if Noble Drew Ali said we're part and parcel, we're part and parcel. Part and partial. Well, if he brought you the title to your vast estate, and then he told Moors in chapter 1, you would regain your lost estate, why would he say partial? Why would he say partial? I don't care who send requests and all that stuff. Requests don't mean anything right now. Means nothing. Because we know that people have an agenda. We know that people have motives that are not in line with what Noble Drew Ali presented. What they're in line with is the treason that was committed after Noble Drew Ali was assassinated. After Noble Drew Ali was assassinated, that's what people are running with. The guys who came after Noble Drew Ali. Right? When they start telling you that, well, Noble Drew Ali said we're part and partial because they're part of the federal government. That's not federal government. That's a corporation. I thought U.S. is a corpse. How are you part and parcel of a corpse? What federal government are you talking about? How is the federal government when they're talking about their democracy? How is the federal government when they're flying an Amity banner? That's federal government? Federal governments fly banners? How is that a federal government when... So hold on a second. So U.S. is a corpse. Canada is a corpse. They say that they're federal government, and then Moors are telling you that you're partial of that thing called federal government that you know is Walmart. Why is it that they insist on always bringing the colonizer into our business? Why are they always bringing the colonizer into our business? How come they can't just do like Drew Ali and just put these people on notice and let it be? Why they always got to be part of their stuff? Why don't you be part of your own stuff? If Drew Ali said, Grand Governor, and then you look at the state of Florida, and then they are a governor, and you're talking about, yeah, I want to go talk to the state governor and see what they got to say because the state governor is the law. These people are lying. People are lying. Super lying. Super duper lying. Why are they lying? What's the purpose of them lying? Because they're here to cause confusion. Their purpose is to cause confusion. The issue that Moors have is that they don't want their own stuff. They want something that somebody else over there has, and then they want to slide themselves into that. That has nothing to do with you. United States has nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing. Canada has nothing to do with the Aboriginal Indigenous people. Those are colonies. Colonies have colonists. Colonists colonize. Colonize is that they murdered your foremothers and forefathers. So these people murder your foremothers and forefathers, and then you're going to talk about your part and partial with them? What kind of dumb stuff is that? What kind of dumb stuff is that? These people colonized our ancestors, took their stuff. Colonized our ancestors, took their stuff. Right? Not only did they take their stuff, they're using their stuff in their face. And opposed to them saying, nah, we don't want anything to do with you people because we know you're colonists. Here's your notice of who we are. We're going to go over here and do our own thing because we don't need you people. This is what Drew Ali was talking about, that your brothers from the East are going to save you. Because as soon as they see you acting right, they're going to realize who the frauds are. But we can never act right because all you have is our people causing confusion. Whether it's black guys causing confusion, whether it's Hebrews causing confusion, whether it's Egyptologists causing confusion, whether it's holistic health, whoever is causing confusion, whether it's dirty Moors causing confusion, turncoats, traders, sellouts causing confusion. The stuff is not going to go how it's supposed to go. It won't. Why won't it? Because of your own constantly trying to put you back into slavery. Why would they want to put you in slavery? Why wouldn't they want you to be free? Why would these Moors be going around? Right? We're talking about people who are supposed to know thyself. Right? People who are supposed to know thyself. Why won't these people accept the fact that Moors have a right to self-determination? Moors have a right to self-identification. If we choose to self-identify and we choose to be self-determined, then there's no need for us to go to them. We're supposed to be handling our own affairs. But, we're not handling our own affairs because just after they assassinated Noble Drew Ali, traders came in. And they've been running the show for 100 years. Now the traders have their little minions out here that are trying to cause confusion, but they can't really cause confusion because every step that they take, there's certain Moors that see them and call them out for the traitors that they are. And it's the people are starting to realize, oh, hold on a second. Yeah, man, let me actually go study. Let me actually go study. Because if I don't study, then I'm going to get played by these people who these Moors are telling us, hey, watch out for these Moors out here because your own is going to sell you out. We were dealing with that in the black. We told you as black guys, as conscious black guys, we were key holders for the Marcus Garvey Center out here. Big building, 2 floors, 2 lecture halls, 7 classrooms. We were the key holders for there. When these Negro, black, colored people, who were also key holders, had the building for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 years, all they did was domino tournaments. That's what they were doing with the Marcus Garvey Center, domino tournaments. You're like, what? Why you guys got the Garvey Center using it for domino tournaments? Well, we got to bring in finance because we got to whatever like that. Okay. We go to the back of the spot and they have one of the lecture halls, or not even lecture hall. They have the garage, because there was a garage in the spot with the rolling up door and all that stuff. Right? You could maybe even call that the storage, where you just put the shelves and then you pile everything. Big space. The space was huge. They got all their junk in there. They got all their junk in the Marcus Garvey Center. All their old chairs, all their old scrap metal, all their old whatever. So we had the nickname Dash It Crew. This was the nickname that they called us. Because when we got our keys and we went in there and we saw all this BS going on, we just started throwing out people's stuff. Negroes were mad. They were mad we threw out some scrap metal they got sitting in a corner for the past 10 years. They're mad. Clean all this place out. You know what? Matter of fact, you guys got 5 days to get your stuff out of here, or we're throwing your stuff out. We even rented the dumpster and put that stuff in the back. We're going to throw your stuff in the dumpster. If you want your stuff, get it out the dumpster. Because we were young bloods and we realized what we had. They didn't want that. The day when we had it and said, F these people, was when we had the Bobby Hemmett lecture. We brought Bobby Hemmett down here to do a lecture. Right? We bring Bobby Hemmett here. All of a sudden, place doesn't have keys to get to the lecture hall where we're supposed to have the thing. So we got to use the secondary lecture hall, which that wasn't even set up properly. In the secondary lecture hall, there was 3 rooms. And you can go ask Bobby Hemmett yourself. There was 3 rooms. We had to take one of those rooms and make it into something. And make it into something. A little space. Decent space. No lights in there. We had to bring the lamp from home to plug it in with an extension cord running from the kitchen. Because these people shut the lights off. So we couldn't have the Bobby Hemmett lecture. But we still had the Bobby Hemmett lecture. Melanin Spirit. We have it on DVD. But, you know, nobody has DVD player right now. So, saying all that to say. That as black guys, we dealt with the sellout. So the last thing I think we're going to deal with, being Moors, is deal with the sellout. Guess what? Guess what you got to deal with now? Guess what you got to deal with? You got to deal with sellouts. You got to deal with traitors. And a sincere Moor would not call himself sincere. An honorable Moor would not say honorable. A noble would not say, yeah, I am noble, Kudro Aro El. Why would I say I'm noble if I'm noble? What? Obviously, you're not noble if you got to stress that you're a noble. Obviously, you're not sincere if you have to call yourself sincere. Obviously, you're a faggot if Khalifa is a female name, you're calling yourself a female name. Obviously, you're a fag. Obviously. And we already know his name, Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali. Don't tell me ain't Noble Drew Ali BS. Stop the dumb stuff. Stop the dumb stuff. Stop it. That's Prophet Drew Ali. You already know he has a free national name. What's Drew? What's noble? I already know. That's like saying Moorish Science Temple. Why you say that? Because that's where the dumb people are at. That's all they know. They don't know Moorish Holy Temple of Science because these people buried it. They don't know Moorish Nation because these people buried it. They don't know Moorish Empire because these people buried it. All they know is Moorish Science Temple. Okay, fine. We'll give you that. But when you come in the doors, you're going to get Moorish Nation. You're going to get Moorish Empire. You're going to get Moorish Holy Temple of Science. You're going to get everything it takes to save a nation that these traders and sellouts refuse to give you. We know this. It's a fact. It's a fact that you've been sold out. Just look at your conditions as a people. You've been sold out. And it ain't the white man that did it. It's your own. Copper tone, dark skin, highly melanated men and women sold you out. And now you have judgment coming your way because you actually let the sellout happen. Because you sat there seeing these people making a mockery of Noble Drew Ali, seeing these people make a mockery of the temple, seeing these people make a mockery of the grand body, seeing these people make a mockery of the flag, putting them backwards and all that stuff. See these people making a mockery of the Circle 7 Quran, making a mockery of CMB, making a mockery of Zodiac Constitution, making a mockery of anything that any Moor brought to save you, making a mockery of Moorish paradigm, making a mockery of Moor's Order of the Round Table, making a mockery of Great Seal Circle 7 Moorish Science Temple of America, making a mockery of active Moors because they want to be passive. Once you study, right? Once you say FOH to online and go pick up a book and go read, you'll be able to pinpoint these individuals whose duty and job it is to keep you dumbed down. Keep you, remember what we were talking about yesterday? Using your reasoning mind. They don't want you using your reasoning mind. They don't want you thinking for yourself. They want you thinking like them. They don't want you thinking for yourself. Because if you think yourself, you realize that you don't need them. If you think for yourself, you realize you don't even need Noble Drew Ali. All you need is his literature and the stuff that he brought you to save a nation. You don't need the individual. Matter of fact, he's been gone for 100 years. But our people love the personages, especially the mystery personages. Or they love the mystery personages, the personages they can't see. These people, these Muslims told you, you're not supposed to see Muhammad and all that stuff. Ain't no picture of him. There's no picture of him. Nobody can draw a picture of him because that's the prophet and that's a personage. Why are you worshiping a personage? Why are you lost in a personage? Why are you lost in the picture of some guy? Why don't you go study what he left you? Because if you study what he left you, you realize that he even called out all these traitors too. And embezzlement is the charge when you realize that they're a traitor. And when you realize that they're a traitor, know that they're not a Moor. They're a robber. Not one of these Moorish science temples of America, other than Grand Sheik Nature's temple, has documented history of the Moorish Science Temple of America, which makes that a Moorish museum, which is why we have a museum. Because there's too much hidden information in this for us not to be exposing it. Why are you holding back things? Why don't you just tell the people the truth about their nationality and their birthrights? Why are you talking about UCCs? Why are you talking about claim strawmen? Why are you talking about repair credit? What are you talking about that for? Why don't you just tell them the truth about their nationality and birthrights? Because if they told you the truth about your nationality and birthrights, then you would not need them. You would not need them. You don't need them. You realize that Drew Ali's the man. Because he brought you everything it takes to save a nation, so you wouldn't have to rely on a Grand Sheik. You wouldn't have to rely on a Grand Governor or anybody else. Study, 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 Moors. Honors to all. Happy Holy Day. Don't let these people play you. Study for yourself and know for yourself. rvbaypublications.com, get every book off there. khalifamedia.com, get every book off there. Study, study, study. Honors to all the true and faithful Moors. FOH to all you traders.